that maybe some of you have been waiting for. It's Wildlife Corner, Wildlife Corner, woo! And our today's animal is the elephant. And the Maasai word for elephant, it's a little bit hard, but I know you guys can handle it. I'm going for the harder one first, and I'm going to end with the easier one. Orkanjawoi. Can you guys try? Orkanjawoi. Orkanjawoi. Okay, let's just try one more time. Orkanjawoi. Oh, we got a big positive from Diane. Thumbs up. She loves elephants. Okay, here we go. And the Kiswahili word is ndovu. Can you say it? Ndovu. Ndovu. Truly an amazing animal. The biggest land animal, well loved all over the planet by kids, by adults, by young and old. And there he is, the very famous elephant who we lost this past year. His name is Tim. Truly magnificent. He used to hang around the gate to Amboseli National Park. We passed him many times. This is a photo that we were taking, that I took when we were coming back from a project. There he is from the front. I'm going to show you from truly huge and amazing. So I encourage you all to keep on reading about these animals. The more you read about something, the more fascinating it becomes. So it's not just something that is something that you know about generally, but becoming to know, when you start to know the specifics. So what do we know about elephants? Male elephants can be up to how much? 6.5 tons, 13,000 pounds. That is a huge animal. And females, also very big, can be up to 6,000, between 6,000 and 7,000 pounds. That's the average adult size of a female elephant. Okay? The male elephants are called bulls, and the female elephants are called cows. Now, how do you tell the difference? It's easy to tell, more easy, let's say, to tell the difference between a male and a female when they're adults, because the difference is much more pronounced. So look here, we have Tim. Male elephants have a more rounded forehead, and also very thick tusks. Females, they have a more kind of pointed forehead. I don't know if you can see there a little bit. It's not so clear to me. I wish it were clear. And the tusks are a little bit skinnier. And the other thing is that when female elephants are adults and they've already had babies, they actually have breasts kind of in a similar position to human people, how we have them. So those are some of the ways that you can tell the difference. I also heard from my colleague Joseph LaRasha. He was telling me that they learned to actually be able to distinguish footprints, because the footprints of a male and a footprint of a female, they're actually quite different. And of course, I can't remember exactly what he said, but I'll get more information to you, and we'll add it on the, we'll put it in our comment section. So as I was telling you before, we work in southern Kenya near Mount Kilimanjaro. So this is the common thing that we see. So beautiful Mount Kilimanjaro in the background, an elephant family coming up. Now elephants live in a family structure called a clan. They are led by a matriarch. So it's a female-led family group. Amboseli is super famous in the world of elephants because there's an elephant project called the Amboseli Elephant Trust. They've been there since the 70s. And they've documented all of the existing families in Amboseli, and there's 1,500 elephants in Amboseli. And for sure, when you come to visit me in Amboseli, we'll go around and we'll probably see in the course of a day at least 800 or 900. So actually, each family is known and documented, as I was saying, and how they're grouped is they watch them, they see how they behave, they stay together, and they record the individual characteristics. They know how to distinguish them by their tusk shape, by their ear shape, the notches in their ears, or other distinguishing characteristics. And the elephant that we have in Kenya is actually the African Savannah elephant. There's actually 3 species. The second species is the African forest elephant. And then there's the Asian elephant, which of course is in Asia. That's the one we see in circuses in India. Those are the ones that people can train. They're a bit smaller than the African elephant. So one of the other things about elephants is they have amazing memories. They have a huge brain. The brain is about 11 pounds. They're very smart. They have a great memory. They're able to use tools to help themselves. They also have an amazing thing that we all know, which is this trunk. Right? The trunk is very strong and also very agile. They've got, at the end of the trunk, they've got 2 prehensile fingers. And imagine, they're able to move logs. They're also able to pick up a piece of straw. So that's how fine the coordination is in the trunks of elephants. They've got a lot of muscles in there. You'll see with baby elephants that their trunks are very wiggly because they haven't gotten control over all those muscles yet. And it's something that they learn, of course, over time. But here's another interesting fact. A baby, when it comes out, is 200 pounds. And the gestation gestation period of an elephant is 22 months. Think of that, moms. Hello, 22 months carrying a 200-pound baby. They only have babies every 4 to 6 years, so it gives them a rest in between. It's a lot of work. And of course, because we are in a drought-prone area, females really have to try to manage their giving birth so that when babies are born, they're born at a period where there's enough food. Because definitely, when elephants are born in a drought period, they tend to be more weak and vulnerable and maybe not last as long in their life because of that. So these are some things about elephants. I also heard a very interesting story from my Maasai friend, Joseph Larasha. Larasha was telling me that in old history of Maasai people, they believe that elephants used to be people. Now, there's a story behind that. In Maasai culture, when women get married, they go to their husband's village. So they leave their home behind. Sometimes it's very sad. Back in history, it used to be far away from home. They didn't know whether they would get a chance to go back one day. But they were told, don't look back. So the bride that looks back turns into an elephant. So they believe that elephants used to be human. And they believe that they're very similar to humans in a lot of ways. They're very smart. They have a great memory. And also, even in some things, as we were talking about, female elephants have breasts in the same position as humans, and other things like the way that even their legs are shaped. So Maasai people have a strong, deep stories about elephants and also interact with them on a daily basis. So for example, when boys go out to graze cows, they often have to share the grazing land with elephants. When people go to fetch water, they're often sharing water points with elephants. So because elephants have a good memory, they cover long distances, like let's say even up to 100 miles in a day, they need water often along their ways. So if they get to a water point, which maybe the day before or the month before they knew had water in it, and it doesn't have water in it today, sometimes they can become very angry. And elephants can then look around, and if they get that smell of water, they might even start using their feet and their trunk and their tusks to dig up the pipes or destroy the water, the community water point, to try to get at water, which you don't want that to happen, because now you'll have a lot of expenses now to be able to fix that project. So what we encourage our communities to do is to keep their troughs full even at night, so that when elephants are moving through, they'll have something to drink. And that's the way they are able to control the conflict between humans and wildlife. Because I know we love to see the animals, but it's not that easy being their neighbor all the time. So something that, we're constantly working out those conflicts and figuring out the best way to share resources in a harmonious way. Well, that wraps up my Wildlife Corner for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely.